Hello, hello, hello. What happened last time I wasn't here? Uh, baby Francisca has joined the party. It's all in the past. So Miles is 20, Francisca's like 13, and she's kind of like following us around for this case. It's his first case. Look at her. She's so little. Oh my goodness. She's literally a baby. She's literally a baby. Oh my gosh, Fourth Wall is here. I had to summon Fourth Wall specifically. I felt a specific lack of fourth wall in these last streams. I could like feel it in my bones. I could feel it. I could like sense it. Okay, we gotta go over the evidence, okay? Skipping so we got music at least. Let's see. KG8 incident overview. Okay, so this is like... Okay. So basically this was a different case that Mr. Faraday, who was the prosecutor that we're taking over for, this was the case that he worked on where the girl on the left was murdered by the guy on the right. Now, Mr. Faraday kind of fucking blew it, like fumbled it crazy, because apparently he definitely killed this girl. Her name is CCU, same last name as the defense lawyer, the defense attorney that we're currently going against, meaning that this is probably like her sister or something, right? Now, Mr. Faraday, let me get you pictures. I got you. Byrne Faraday. This is obviously Kay's like dad, or at least family member of some kind. Kay, she's here too. She's like a little baby. She's like a little baby. She's so cute. But finally got some time to join. Who is taking you from me? Who is taking you from me? What's it called? But Faraday actually ended up being killed alongside Macrel, who was the actual like defendant in the case that we were gonna take over for. But you see, both of them died, and people think that they like killed each other, like shot and stabbed each other. At least that's the theory. We have a picture of it right here. As you can see, we have the little picture. But here's the thing: the gun that Faraday's holding is in his right hand, but he has ink on his left hand from his pen, from using his pen, because he's left-handed. So why is he holding the gun in his right hand? Right? Hello, hi. Now, we've even seen like Gumshoe use the pen, and it literally spilled all over his hand the same way. So that's the only way you could be using it like that. If you're actively using the pen, it will like spill on your hand. So clearly he's left-handed. So obviously somebody has like framed it to look this way, even though they have the wounds. You know? It's also confirmed that wasn't it confirmed that Faraday was stabbed first? Hi, hello. Perhaps the true suspect doesn't know their left from their right. Oh my gosh. Manfred is around. You guys know how I feel about Manfred. Skipping on. The original victim was from the Cadopian embassy. Now, remember how in the last trial, if you were here, you remember from the last trial when we were discussing, God, what was their name? What was their name? The family that we helped, Amano, the Amano family, and they had like a whole smuggling thing going on. Well, people were trying to testify. First, it was the girl from the KG8 incident. She was originally going to testify against them, and then this guy came and killed her. Or at least that's the theory. That's the theory, that he was going to kill her, or at least it seems very obvious that he did it. But you never know in these games. You never know. Faraday failed to get him like arrested and put away. moving on, this guy, another person, he was also going to testify and then was killed by this guy. Now, during the trial, this guy suddenly was like, yeah, I did kill this guy, but it's because he told me to kill him. I didn't do that on my own, blah, 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 blah. Dead Man is wild. I'm saying his name is literally Dead Man. Deed Man. But what's it called? The judge is here. The question mark's killing me. He like 92. In his prime, in his youth, as you can tell, because it's a flashback. Callisto Yu, baddie. She's so cute. She's so cute. Y'all, she's so freaking cute. Look at her. Basically, she's the defense attorney. It seems like she's the sister of the victim from the KG8 incident. He kind of looks like Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul? No, he doesn't. Don't ever do that to him. Don't ever do that to him. I hate this man. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. This guy looks more like him than the fucking judge. Big ass fucking chin. If we shrunk that chin down, yes. This is Tyrell Bad. He's the, like, homicide detective. He's kind of a dick. He won't really help us. Good lord. Oof. Yeah, this is the suspect in that trial that I mentioned earlier. Well, yeah, no. Her and him kind of walked off to talk about something. So we really don't, I don't know what's going on there. Because she didn't want to see him either. She was like, I fucking hate you. Leave me the fuck alone. She's like, let's go to the other room and talk. And then Francisca, look, she's 13. I knew it. I did the math in my head. I wasn't 100% sure, but I did the math in my head. I was like, she's like, what, 13? She is. Like, look. She's a baby. But yeah, she's on the trial with us. Like, she's on the case with us because she wants to kind of go toe-to-toe in a mental battle to see who's the better, like, prosecutor, who could put the case together faster. And whoever can do that, you know, honors the Von Karma name, which is funny because we don't have the Von Karma name. I don't know why she beefing with me so bad. Only needs one popcorn. Oh wait, only a half. She'll get full if she has the whole thing in one go. She'll get an upset stomach because she ate too fast. But yeah, also the Yatagarasu is around. We think that he's the Yatagarasu because he kind of accused him of being so. So there's that. I wouldn't be opposed to it because, I mean, Kei nowadays is the Yatagarasu, so it's like, I mean... But there's a lot to figure out there. This is all that we have for the evidence. We have the knife, we have the gun, we have Gumshoe's testimony, because he was in the hall during that. Didn't hear a sign of struggle. Also, there's a bunch of bags on the floor, by the way. Let me take a closer look at this, actually. This blood's here from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Well, yes. Who? Gumshoe. This one's Gumshoe. Baby Gumshoe. I mean, he's 26, but baby Gumshoe. Is it not crazy that he's in his 30s? They all treat Miles like he's a baby because Miles is 20, so he just got out of his teen years. So I guess technically he kind of is, but she's only 22. His name is Dick Gumshoe. Okay, we're gonna go back into it. But we're having a back and forth with Francisca. Let's see what she has to say. Those of you that are just coming, you're gonna have to just... go with the flow, okay? You with me? You with me?
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous. Therefore, he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. Because gumshoe, dick are both other terms for it. They really just be doing whatever. I knew dick was one. Sorry, I'm a hater. Be kind to her. We just talked about one popcorn. Be kind to her. Be kind to her. Hi.
Hold it!
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So, the two men struggled. And in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle.
Well, no. Everything's in order except those bags.
Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
No, it's not. Because there isn't a mess in the room. What are we talking about? Can you really say that it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise. So if you could append that statement to your testimony.
Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Rell used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. Well...
There we go.
Objection!
Francisca, I advise you take a look at this piece of evidence. Ooh.
And what are you trying to say with this?
Did I put on the wrong part? Because, I mean... Okay. No, she's so cute. She's so freaking cute. Oh my gosh.
Well, such a... Just face it. I'm going to win our little competition.
I have to calm down and do a better job of finding flaw in her logic. Okay, so I guess I have to press this.
Hold it!
About this statement.
Mr. Rell used all of his remaining strength to take the knife and defend himself. One can easily see that they had a violent struggle. Of course, it's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do.
How does one compare the damage her crop can do with the state of this room?
Furthermore, all the plastic bags on the floor in this room were scattered there due to the fight. Is there anything else I can explain for you?
No, that will be fine. Why is it whenever I go to do, like, any kind of, like, voices or anything, There has to be something here. Maybe I just presented the wrong evidence? I don't know. So it's not this one. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. My fault. That's my bad. I was using the wrong piece of information. I was using the fact that it was from a distance, that it makes it harder for them to have had a really big struggle like that. But I mean, you never know. He really could have charged at him. Then again, the room is clean, so if the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing.
Huh. You place too much faith in the detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How, then, did Mr. Rell get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right there in the lobby number 2. Right there in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rell saw a chance and took it out at some point. Like, yeah, the bag was just sitting there.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw the opportunity, and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed?
I just saw a big-ass crow. Dude, I want to see a crow so bad. Isn't there something strange in Franziska's statement just now? Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed. Because he died immediately. Like, what are we talking about?
Take that!
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. Meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that.
Ooh, you got me.
But of course.
Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then, they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense.
Hi! Damien, it's John. Prove it. Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Franziska.
I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible, before you foolishly proposed a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Franziska, you've still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic?
Mr. Faraday died instantly. And the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is, I think it's the way that the bodies fell. I think they changed it. I think Faraday went first, and then the Loki probably. Oh my god. Ugh. You know when a sneeze builds up in your nose and you get that painful, like. You get that painful, like, spicy feeling in your nose? I can't explain it. Oh my gosh. I didn't even need to sneeze. It just built up in one nostril. Let me get this straight. What you're arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then, the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled.
No.
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene... Ooh.
No. Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth.
What an owl.
I simply think you ought to think a bit more outside the box.
Ooh.
And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. Like, she just wants to butt heads, I'm not gonna lie. Little sibling behaviors.
It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order.
She just wants to talk to her brother, I guess. Low-key, I mean, sure, why not? Bonding time. I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. I want to look at this one a bit more.
Hold it!
What do you mean they attacked each other at the same time? Which also isn't possible because, again, the gunshot powder, or the gunshot, like, burns or whatever.
I assume Mr. Faraday had the two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rell while holding both the knife and the revolver. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it's possible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony.
I don't see any point to that, but as you please. Got him.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Objection!
Arguing just to argue. Low-key, that's just Ace Attorney. Like, that's 90% of the Ace Attorney arguments. So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it's written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards.
Ah!
Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rell moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation.
What a completely foolish line of foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool! If I'm not right,
Then you're wrong.
then who was it? Then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?
The person that attacked first with murderous intent, that would be neither. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can be only one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. And that third person is the real culprit.
Miles Edgeworth. There's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime?
Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been a setup, made to look like they killed each other. I mean, the gun. Can we show the gun? Are we gonna show the gun? Can I show the gun, I should say? I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of evidence. The final piece of the puzzle. What the fuck am I talking about? That's not yet in place. What is the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person involved? The gun.
Take that!
No music, let's go. Where did you read evidence? My mouth moves faster than my brain. I can only read so fast. Sometimes I put words ahead of it, because sometimes they're still typing, so I just kind of start reading. It's okay, girl, me too. I know me can stay to watch. Finally, it's been 7 years. Oh my goodness, welcome back. The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person.
How so?
Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for a moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held that knife, if the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any splatter from when they withdrew the knife. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around and mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. I know she's pissed. I know she's pissed. Here, Big Chin go. Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection!
Princess is so little here. Yeah, she's like... She has to be 4 foot or under. She's tiny. 4'11" maximum. Hear his big ass go, big bald geriatric bitch. Oh my god, I hate him. I hate him. What the heck is up with you, pal?
Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest.
What? Okay, throwing a temper tantrum not gonna help. Come on now, stand up. You like 6 foot tall. Look at him. If we didn't know it was a mirror, I would have assumed that he'd reach it for a gun. Because why is his big ass jumping around like that? Be calm. What's the meaning of this?
Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare.
That detective claims he was there, standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was a giant lie.
Miss Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement.
I'll let His Honor explain it himself. Are you sure he can remember?
Like, my god. I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. You can barely see. You can barely see, you can barely hear. You thought that gunshot was a popper. I ain't forget that you were like, I was walking with my grandson when we heard poppers, and I assume it's someone's birthday. That's what he said. He said, oh, is it someone's birthday here? Because I heard them using poppers. Guns don't sound like poppers. Do you not know what a gun sounds like? During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What?
See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Because he's doo-doo fart at his job, bro. He probably went to pee or something. Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir!
It would appear the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective. Which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Was that statement really a lie?
Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth, or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir. Honest. I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time.
Hold it!
Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy.
All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all.
Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. And what's that? Are you wearing a chin prosthetic? Is that what we're gonna say? We're finally gonna talk about it? Yuck. He's hiding something. I'm telling you right now, his chin has, no, look. Where is it? There we go. His chin ends like here. I'm telling you right now. All of this, it's a secret compartment. He's holding something in there. His chin really ends over there, okay? Trust me, guys. He's hiding a key in it or something. He's got a knife hidden in there. Oh my goodness. What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Do we only get one chance at this? He has to have a motive, right? I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? Gumshoe, got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir! Not me! Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir! Is that a fact?
Objection!
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I'm not lying!
The more natural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know.
If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? Girl, don't you technically have a motive? With everything going on as well? With all the people involved with that shit with your sister? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy. Because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. Like, truthfully, I really can't. If she was laughing at me like that, I'd just have to go home. Like, it would be so uncomfortable. She's laughing while I'm leaving the room. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there, super pale, as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit!" A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. And that's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation? Well, we know that that's not true, for obvious reasons. She's so cunty, though. You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Quiet. I can't trust anything you say. Sir. There's nothing wrong with the motive she's proposed, per se. But there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Also, his paycheck been going down? That's crazy. Like, at what point do we get a new job? Because I ain't forget, it was like how many cases was it that his, like, paycheck got lowered? Like, it was at least, like, there was at least 5 times he lost, like, money, right? In the series. Like, there's at least 5 minimum times that they were like, yeah, you're getting a cut in your paycheck. And that's from the future, not even now. Like, my god. But there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Misuse perfect explanation. May not be so perfect at all. Also, we don't even have a reason for the other guy, too. Like, why did he kill that other guy, then? Just because he was there?
Hold it!
Yeah, give me more information, bro. You called your explanation perfect? Is it not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's not up to my standards. Oh? Is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. I like that 90% of the time when they're like, oh, do you want to raise an objection? Like, you just say yes. You're like, yes. Like, why would I not raise an objection? It's very rare that you don't. I feel like nobody here is taking this double homicide in a house of law seriously. No, this is next level. Whoever did this shit, like, in real life, they would destroy this person's life. Like, whoever did this crime, it's over for you. You are never recovering from this. They do not play about their workers, like, at all. I understand, Detective. Hold on. Oops, I didn't mean to skip that. Yeah, we're reading from here. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rell?
His motive for killing Rell? Like I would know.
If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either two of the men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Hi, welcome. Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? But that's impossible. She must know something. Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh. That's where that sound is from? What sound? You mean me talking? I didn't even do anything. You're already laughing you're already laughing away. Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two. She laughs at everything, bruh. God forbid I'm serious. Like, why is she laughing? She's only 2 years older than me. Like, oh my gosh. Life is not fair. Life is not... Like, I don't know. Am I tripping if I said that it doesn't make sense? That they're treating him like a child when he's only 2 years younger? Like, yeah, he's on the younger side. For sure, for sure, for sure. But she's very young, too. Oh my gosh. This crime would have played out... Blah. This crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. One second, one second. And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight. Or is that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma?
Miles Edgeworth, I demand you shut this rude woman up.
I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids. You are 2 years older than me! We will be in the same retirement home. Girl! It feels like the writers are so obsessed with, like, age. Like, they treat Phoenix like he's old when he's, like, what, 24 to 26 in the first game? I believe it was 24. They were like, oh, old man, and he was like 24. They have Miles, current day Miles, in this game, when he's 26, acting like he's geriatric and doesn't know anything about technology or anything. He's 26, by the way. And then, at the same time, they have Callisto at 22, acting like she's like drastically older. I don't understand it, because she's far too young to be in her position anyways, too, right? I'm not tripping? Let me look it up. Let me see. Yeah, mid to late 20s. So 25 to 28. With a significant number, oh my god, of people starting in their early 30s. 22 equals old. 27 equals deathbed. Like, good lord. Like, that's the one thing that bothers me in this game, because she's really young for a defense attorney. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you're gonna make this game, at least make it realistic to their actual ages. Like, if she was 25, I would understand why she's like, oh, well, he's like a kid. I'd understand it way more. But they couldn't even make her 25. She's, like, really young for a defense attorney.
There's no one out there with the motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rell, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity, and set up to look like they had killed each other.
But we do have evidence. Hold on. I got it. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG-8 incident, as people are calling it, involved an embassy staff member. The two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there something else I'm overlooking? Who is somehow related to them? Yes, there are. There's no one out there with the motive.
Objection!
Monsieur, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I can think of at least one person that fits that bill. He was the suspect in the original KG-8 incident, and a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. And that's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier, out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Rell. And the man who was who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two. You covered for me, pal! Oh my gosh, is this why he's so attached to me? 6 years later, he's obsessed with me. Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Aw. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect. Make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony. These are the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any... You want to investigate Cochin? You just be wasting your time. And why is that? Cochin was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial. Or so I was told. So that's a theory that he was up there. Like, what are we talking about? We are big bug eye, big fucking chin. Crimson chin ass. Every cop in this place had been keeping an eye on that guy since he arrived.
Then the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe.
I suppose so. No way! Come on, Detective Bad! You gotta believe me, sir! It really wasn't in that hallway the whole time, sir! I never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay. Then are you saying there was are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hall? No. There was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? So do we not own cameras? That's what I'm wondering, because it's not like this is a bathroom. Where are the cameras? This is a place of law. Like, what are we doing?
That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt.
I have to admit, it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. But if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would, at the very least, offer up a "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Look how tiny he is compared to Gumshoe, bruh. Guy just got his dream. Literally the first week of him being a detective, by the way. Detective Bad. He's so sad. Oh. Why is the judge flexing? He's trying to prove that he's not old as shit. Like, what is his problem? Is he good? You know what it is? He's breathing heavy. That's what it is. It's okay. You can sit down.
Miles Edgeworth, I will go on ahead and report this to Papa.
And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone?
Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh?
Before we do, Miss Yu, there's something I'd like to speak with you about.
What is it?
She's trying not to fucking laugh! Girl! Whatever.
So, what did you want to ask me about?
The current case of the murdered Cadopian embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun to call. I've heard that people have begun to calling it. What the fuck am I talking about? I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG8 incident. Miss Giggle Shits.
Only among you law enforcement types. And what about it?
I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers. You got the same last name. No, I believe you know much more. Since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are usually both inside and outside the courtroom. Are useless both inside and outside the courtroom. Don't you know?
I do. But I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you can stop making that ultra serious face in front of me? If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not gonna make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. We're gonna show her the overview. Miss Yu, I believe that I have proof of— mind you, don't forget I tried to show this to her earlier. She didn't want to look at it. I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident. That file is your proof? Very well, then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident? obviously through the victim. Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. Like, why are we acting shocked? You have the same last name. The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case? Inactivity, don't anger me. Don't anger me. Sorry, but we're not related. Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but... Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister. Knew it. CCU. As I thought. And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial. By Manny Kochin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life, completely carefree. All because of lack of evidence. No. I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist. What? I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Kochin's trial was over. Apparently a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. The Yatagarasu. I'm assuming it's the Yatagarasu. If that's the case... Okay. Wouldn't that kind of give her a motive for him, at least? You might be like, oh my gosh, Nomi, why are you trying to blame her? But it's like, wouldn't that give her somewhat of a motive, at least for Mr. Faraday, as Mr. Faraday is now being accused of being the Yatagarasu? So not only would he have failed to get justice for her sister, but it also turns out that he possibly was the one to steal the information and intentionally didn't, like, succeed in... Ooh. Getting the man that killed her sister put away? Then the evidence had been tampered with? Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Kochin out. Turns out, they were in league with each other all along. How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know. Which is why I wanted to become the lead defense. On this case that people were calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't heard anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much. I know. You mean, you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? I don't know what to think. Why did Mr. Kochin want to meet with you earlier? Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently he found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. He figured he should say hi, and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. Yeah, kill him. Don't worry, girl. It's only a couple years in jail. You'll be fine. Kill him. Because what the fuck? He's moving crazy for that. That is such a crazy thing to do. Mind you, she had nothing to do with the other case. Besides being related to the person that he killed. Like, what? Why is he coming to flex on her? What's that supposed to mean? Oh boy. Stop it with the scary face already. I'm fine. Really. I gave him a good slap across the face. way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bat said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, and people in the gallery claimed that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, this is about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life. Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see. Look at you with your game face on, ready to go. I'm making no such face. Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't get tired of making such a serious face. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm in charge of making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. Well, no. All the criminals that end up on your desk, sure, but all of them in the world? I don't think so. I have no need for laughter. Oh, you can see the whimsy leaving him. There you go, making that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. The KG-8 incident and this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus, that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not the detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth.
To be continued.
Would you look at that? Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna stream for too long, but I'll do a bit more. Whew. Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Cotopian embassy staff member's murder? Wait. Okay, cool. He's talking weird as fuck. I was like, did I read something wrong? No. Indeed. Since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here, prematurely. Blah, 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 blah.
Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut.
Well, you're gonna have to wait too, buddy. I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think of about the murder of the Cotopian embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivete. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic. Edgeworth, I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa, you'll come watch my courtroom debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it. Damn. Girl, fuck him. Manfred? Unfortunately, yes. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for. I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Okay, but you raised me, so...
Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience. Wouldn't you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. Then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? Also, don't forget to forge a bunch of evidence and kill people if they're in your way. It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it that I am not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Which line? Are you talking about a worthless person like you? Yeah, that's what I was because I was like, Jesus, what the fuck? Worthless is crazy, by the way. That makes him look so fucking evil. I mean, he is, but like, I feel like there's layers to it. Like, come on. Francisca, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wished.
I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how you will fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth.
I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. What is going on with the sink? Golly. Okay, just the game froze.
Miles Edgeworth!
Yes?
What is the meaning of this bulletin board? Why are there so few trials posted?
It would appear that the entire week is devoted to Mr. Rell's trial.
Is the crime rate really that low in this country? Or maybe the police lack the proper motivation to get out there and catch the criminals?
Definitely the second one. I'm afraid I cannot comment on that. However, I can say I have my doubts about the younger detectives.
Sounds to me like they're in need of a stricter hand. And I'll start my discipline regimen with that pathetic, filthy-coated detective.
I feel bad for the big guy. And yet, I can find no suitable reason to stop her. No, I don't want her to laugh at me. Not yet. It wasn't me, I tell ya! I didn't do anything wrong! Yes, I understand. So let's just calm down, okay, buddy? I doubt I'll get anything useful from the detective while he's this agitated. Okay. She's gonna laugh at me. Both work though, they just changed the tone. I feel like worthless is a bit harsher than inexperienced. You know what I mean? Because inexperienced makes a little more sense. Like, yeah, okay. But worthless is crazy. Come on now, we're not worthless. Yeah, the tone definitely's changed. Miss you.
Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Franziska von Karma, and I am about to become the successor to the family name.
About to? Guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. Which in this case, it's only natural that I don't know who you are. Why are you whipping me? Anyway, looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you! Eyebrows scrunched, with the lines on your forehead. And that tusk of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. You're a lawyer! Do not at me. Don't at me. Enough. You're sick. You're sick. I need to stop replying to you when you do that. That's why you think it works. Enough. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. In law school. Blech. I feel so much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. Oh, how do you laugh on command? She probably had a book on it. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. So, I take it that you were acquaintances with Detective Bad? Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG-8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth! I have no idea what you two are talking about! I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? Let's put the thinking caps on. What was the name of the victim? The victim of that case, Cece Yu, was my little sister. See, now she's embarrassed because she did all that. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine. Really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that, as she laughs away, is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. You did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claim that at the time of the murder, you were with Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do. And that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked.
And what did you talk with with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Just tore the fuck out of my pinky. Oh my gosh, not even last year. Was it last year? It was like a year, like 2 years ago almost. I fell and I fractured my pinky. I broke my pinky. It was so bad. I had to go to therapy. That's how serious it was. My knuckle was all fucked up. My pinky has never gone back fully. I had like a case on it and everything, but like it doesn't go like fully straight. Like, you know when you point your finger and it like goes a little bit up, like it curves a little bit up? Yeah, that pinky doesn't do that anymore. But it's fully functional. Bloody. She's not laughing. Her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. There was also like a point earlier that isn't really discussed, but basically, while I was investigating with Edgeworth, looking at the bodies, Edgeworth was like, yeah, Mackerel is known for like assault and like stealing, like assault and theft. So it's like, so what you're saying is this is the first time he murdered anybody, so why should we assume immediately that he killed the other guy? At least that was my thought process before we already proved that clearly somebody else murdered both of them. Why is his name Fish? Bro, they just be doing whatever! They do not care! I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu. Is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that made off with the evidence from KG-8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there was no footage of him sneaking into the Cadopian embassy itself. Hold on, for just 1 second. Then, you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. It's frozen, by the way. Uh-oh. There we go. Yes, that's right. I see. So defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. Well, yes. Nomi, did it crash? No. It just does that sometimes. And that's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they are no match for us Von Karmas. I don't believe it! You're serious! Why didn't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth. Ooh, not even Mr. And Edgeworth. Do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright? Hi! Literally the whole point of defense attorneys. Like, literally, it doesn't mean they agree with what they're defending, but their job is to defend people. Like, I'm sure the average person going in and training to be a defense attorney, their intent isn't to, like, free criminals because they like criminals and want them on the street. It's most likely because they want to help actually innocent people that have been accused. Some people just don't gaff. Fair enough, but like, honest to God, like, I truly do believe that the intention is to help genuinely innocent people that need help. And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Dude, my nose is a little stuffy, but not in a sick way. Like, I don't know. My sinuses just acting up today. He did not like that one, huh? Miss you. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. Sick season. I'm not sick! I'm not sick! Do not manifest this on me. Do not manifest this for me. Everyone take hands. Everyone take hands. Everyone close your eyes, and we're all gonna say it together. We are not sick. We are in perfect health. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Request from companies? The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know?
Alright then. Perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives?
I didn't know me. Are you proud of me? I am. I am. We're in this together. You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Francisca! Be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully, or we might be sued by...
There, I chose carefully. Just like you wanted.
You deserve a rub. To be sick! Enough. That just now was hilarious, little missy.
Of course it was.
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight?
And? So in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I've never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany.
The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see.
Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me.
I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. We already tried. I can't stop the water, sir! It seems the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. Just big and fucking greedy, bro. Drank every drop of water. How do you drink so much water you break the water fountain? Bunch of fools who pretend to not see the foolishly foolish actions of the foolishly fool. Oh. Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, that water-drinking fool's mouth... is the thing that the officer should be covering. Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later.
She seems to have quite the grudge. Sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. She's thirsty. Oh my gosh. Go get her a bottle of water. Oh, I did not mean to click on that again. Free me, free me, free me, free me. Was this the guy sleeping earlier? Sir, nothing to report, sir. Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job?
Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then this guard can have fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream.
Golly. Actually, let's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. Like, he used to be so nice. Well, he's still nice, but... Why can we come in here? This must be the judge's desk. You can tell by the gavel sitting on top. I had a dream once that I was being squashed from above by this gavel.
You're such a weakling, Miles Edgeworth.
You have no idea how frightening it was. It's the witness stand.
I'll make sure that each and every person that ever stands here will be found guilty.
There are others besides the defendant that stand at this podium, you know.
I don't care! Just make sure you never end up standing at one of these. Or you'll be sorry.
I'll keep that in mind. It's the defense attorney's bench. Probably be standing on this side of the courtroom if that incident hadn't happened.
What are you thinking about? Lately, the more wrinkly your face becomes, the less I'm able to read what you're thinking.
Well, I never! I'll have you know I don't have a single wrinkle upon my youthful brow.
Any day now, I'll be taking my rightful place behind this bench.
Hi. By that time, I should already be standing here.
It'd be downright disgraceful if I beat you to it, wouldn't it?
If that were to happen, Franziska, I'll eat my cravat. Oh, I didn't realize we could go behind. Hold on. This area is restricted to authorized personnel only, sir.
If I'm not authorized personnel, then what, may I ask, do you think I am?
The younger sibling of the dysfunctional relationship?
I'm not the younger one. He is!
Well, no, that's not how that works, Franziska.
Now get that straight in your head.
I believe there is a more objectable part you should be upset over, Franziska. What's the matter, officer? I've been standing here forever, sir. I really need to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just make a quick trip? The nearest one isn't that far, is it? No, it's a short way down the hall beyond these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So, I'm gonna hold it. Perhaps the Taylor Gumshoe can be a positive influence on the force after all.
It's an incredibly detailed model, isn't it?
I heard that it cost as much to make as it cost to build the courthouse itself. Blah, blah, blah.
What was the point of making such an expensive model?
I felt the exact same way upon hearing it.
Ugh. It's so hard to understand such foolishness.
Agreed. He's so joyous. Look at him. He loves it.
Wow, this thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed. I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model. I simply cannot comprehend how that man can feel so much love for a trifle. It's for such a trifle.
Oh? I see.
You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things.
What is that guy doing to the water fountain? There was this fucking guy earlier in the game that you could talk to. He was like guzzling the water down, and apparently he drank so much that he broke the fountain. So the cop is trying to fix it. Or at least prevent it from going everywhere. Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. Can we go over here? No? It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judge's Trial Exchange Log? It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here on these pages.
There's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel.
Judging by the content, they're very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. It would appear that fried oysters are a favorite.
I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish
Crowd! Oh my goodness. Blah blah blah. Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of this court's judiciary. Oh my gosh. Blah, blah, blah. It's a bookshelf? Oh, I didn't mean to click on it again. My fault. Detective Gumshoe. Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ouch!
As am I.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't! Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about, if you really are innocent, that is. That's right! Hey, pal. Go do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will you? I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. Oh, thank you for the roses, I appreciate it. So, you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported in at my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the exact same thing. The same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere schoolchild. You claim to be standing guard in front of... The way that Francisca understood him more than fucking Edgeworth, Francisca's like, oh my god, you're... See, I do that all the time. Like, I understand that. That happens to me. Bye! You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from whom? Earlier, at around 3:20, from Detective Bad, pal. In the concept art section, there's a doodle of younger Apollo. It's not important, I just love my son. Today's trial took a real crazy turn. So I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Oh, your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So, it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope. Not a thing, pal.
In that case, allow us to take a look at what you are carrying in your personage.
Nah. Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad. So, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Oh, hands off, pal!
Just show it to us already!
Yow! Annual bonus check with $5 total, except there's no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know? Did he go to cash his envelope? Is that why he wasn't there? He went to go cash his check? Now give it back!
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
What the hell? How could you? Maybe he wanted to buy something from the vending machines, so he went to cash the check. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I need to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood. Please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. So, are we supposed to talk to him again, or what? Are we supposed to show him something, maybe? The testimony. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? Make no mistake about it, pal. Then, you're also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yep. Not even a single ant passed through that hallway. While I was on duty. Well, no, there was a bunch of them in the corner. You do realize that lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. Something tells me that he's not really lying. At least not as much as they're trying to make it sound like he is, if he is at all. But why would he do so? Given the situation he's in. I believe a thorough investigation The hallway in front of the defendant's lobbies isn't in order. Look at her, it's Kay! Yo! Yo! Damn! What the fuck?
How could you not have noticed that coming?
Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Thanks, that's exactly what I needed.
Like, what the fuck? I gave you money! Kids can sometimes be so cruel.
It looks like she dropped something.
Swiss roll data. Jot it down in my organizer.
Maybe we should arrest the girl? She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. She's what, 7? She's very little. This was 6 years ago, and she's currently 17. So yeah, she's like 11. Y'all hear that loud ass car outside? Golly. Just tooting and farting outside, loud as fuck. Golly. I believe I've asked all I need of this man. Now, for Detective Bad and the judge.
We have to confirm who is correct. The judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next, then.
I suppose so. Shall we lead on over, Francisca? I'm assuming it's the door over here, then? Yeah! Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What is that cop laying down for? In the other room? Oh, he was like straight up sleeping. Like dead ass, he was genuinely sleeping. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. Why is he 5'1"? That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Bye, pervert. Oh, okay. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? What the fuck, I thought he was tall. No. My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Manfred Von Karma's daughter, Francisca Von Karma.
Oh, it's frozen again. The game's crashing. This is the end. There we go. Is this a safe space to say Miles is attractive? Well, yeah, he is. Even canonically, he's attractive. He got zero game when it comes to women at all, though. Not that I assume that they're supposed to be.
I'm set to become the successor to...
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I swallowed some spit mid-talk.
I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see. Mr. New Prosecutor, okay. No. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss Jen... I bit my tongue! Are you alright, Your Honor?
Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh, very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma, and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. All right. After all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Alright. I'm gonna save here and get off. For now. I have to go see if I can get my phone fixed. So we're gonna save here, and I might stream again later. We will see. If not, there's always tomorrow or the day after that. We have infinite amounts of time, y'all. So I'm ending it here. You know what? Let's go to the title as well. Let's go back and see. Let me resave just to be safe. There we go. Let's see what we got. Just in case we got something new. I doubt it though. I got the new achievement. And in the photo album. My god. These pictures are so evil. Like, what the hell? I didn't even notice. That's something I didn't notice, that there was more shit on the floor. Alright, everybody. But that is it for today. I will see you possibly later. Good luck on the phone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.